Worcestershire full of big names, but there are injury problems for them at the moment in the bowling department. No Newport, no Gavin Haynes, so Brinkley and Sherrier, who's moved down to Worcestershire from Leicestershire during the winter, would have to shoulder a lot of the work. And Sparring, that may be a new name to you, he's a young batsman. As for Yorkshire, they played the same side that beat Notts in the first B&H game of the season on Friday. Look out for Alex Wharf, a new fast bowler. You've got Brian Lara, his first-class wicket, so he's got some pedigree. And the other one maybe to keep an eye out for in amongst the big names are Craig White and Michael Bevan. Tony McGrath, the young under-19 batsman who went on the England A Tour.
And gone. No problem at all there for Martyn Moxon. Philip Weston looking to accelerate. He knows that he's got Graham Hick and Tom Moody behind him. Players of the highest quality and rightly pushing on, but that time Peter Hartley too good.
Yes, he's tried to hit this over the top, and it's hit high up at the bat, and that has gone straight to the safe hands of Martyn Moxon. But quite rightly so, Philip Weston had to push that run rate on. 63 for 1.
Fine. Oh, well bowled, absolutely beautifully bowled, and all credit to Richard Stemp. He had a difficult time of it in the last over against Graham Hick, but never once did he bottle out of what was a tough contest, and here he's continued to give the ball some air, and it's allowed some spin, and the stumping has come.
Richard Stemp adjusted his delivery in the last over to Graham Hick, and it went for 6, but here he sees Tim Curtis coming very early, throws it up outside the off stump, a little bit of turn, and that one certainly goes down to Richard Stemp, and that now leaves Worcester on 135 for 2.
And out, caught in the deep, clipped off his legs. Michael Vaughan takes the catch, and Graham Hick falls short of his century.
Yeah, Graham will be cross with himself there. He's just bowled on his legs. He's just picked it up. He hasn't hit it hard. Should have clipped it, and Michael Vaughan has taken a very good running catch there. But I think Graham Hick will be very disappointed in getting out at 95. 219 for 3 it is now.
Full effort that by Worcestershire, 289 for 3 off their 50 overs. All the batsmen making major contributions. Graham Hick leading the way with 95 off 88 deliveries, and Tom Moody's 80 off 72, an outstanding effort. As for the Yorkshire bowling, well, I think they'll be a bit disappointed with the way things went. Only Gough and Hartley showed any real control, and I think they would have been a bit disappointed with allowing Worcestershire to get away to 289.
It's just come nicely onto Martyn Moxon's bat. Punched it away off the back foot, wide of cover point for 4. Almost a case, Ian, with Moody bowling at this pace and bringing his fine leg up, getting a man out there on the extra cover boundary.
Yeah, I think that make sense on this wicket.
Glorious stroke. Vaughan picks up a boundary. His second, and Yorkshire go to 27 for 1. And that's 4 more. Michael Vaughan very quick. Anything short and slightly wide. That's his 3rd boundary.
Flashed away, smashed away, and it's gone like a tracer bullet for 4. And Yorkshire, after that dreadful start when the captain went first ball, made a pretty good fist of it since then in the guise of Vaughan and Moxon.
Some pretty indifferent work with the new ball too. They really ought to have learnt the lesson. Every time Yorkshire dropped short, particularly outside the off stump, the cutting of Tim Curtis and then Graham Hick should have showed them that they're vulnerable.
More runs here for Vaughan. He'll just be pulled up inside. Richard Illingworth, the man doing the fielding. So that means the last 11 balls that Vaughan has faced have been extremely productive. He's taken 19 runs off them, including 3 fours. Great shot by Moxon. The chase is going to be in vain. That is a classic cover drive from Martyn Moxon, and the 50 is up.
And a similar run rate actually to the start of the Worcestershire innings. Tim Curtis was in marvellous form and got them away to a 5-and-over start. That is very characteristic of Martyn Moxon. Very bent front leg. Moxon has sometimes had a problem with not getting his head far enough over that front knee, but when he does so, his timing is as good as anybody's in the game.
That's been smashed away. It's a huge shot. And it's 6. Martyn Moxon was in position to play that shot almost as if it was premeditated. He was there so early.
Astonishing strike from Moxon. You won't see a better example of the pull shot. He's very quickly into position here. Look how far across that back leg gets. It gets him inside the line of the ball so that he's in complete control. Wonderfully played stroke. Martyn Moxon had a miserable game for the rest against England A at Chelmsford 10 days back, or 2 weeks ago, when he, I'm afraid, managed a pair in both innings.
He bowled early in these one-dayers before, certainly for England. He did it in South Africa. That's going to be 4, though. Moxon was on it in a flash. And Graham Hick dropping too short. And with that wide line that he's bowling, absolutely meat and drink for Martyn Moxon.
Yes, I think he's got his field wrong here. If he's going to bowl to 5 fielders on the offside, he's got to bowl it wide of off stump.
Blakey asking after his health. It's up and over the top, into the gap. 4 more. And I'm afraid this Worcestershire bowling simply isn't up to the mark at the moment. 50 for Michael Vaughan. So the time and money invested in this young man coming to fruition for Yorkshire. Excellent economy rate, that. Anything around 4 and over is quite satisfactory with these new rules in 50-over cricket. Great shot, that is. That's a shot of the highest possible class. Straight through extra cover.
Yeah, this is a great shot. He's got his front foot right to the pitch of the ball. He's leant into that and he's powered that through extra cover. It is a great shot.
That'll go fine for 4. Fairly short straight boundaries here at New Road. Lampett overcompensating after the half volley, going short of a length, but another boundary conceded, and that'll bring up the 100 for Yorkshire, and we're still in the 20th over.
Well, I think he's run that there on purpose. He's just opened the face. There he goes, just opens the face, runs it just wide of Rhodes, and that is a proper one-day shot.
Paul Allett, off air, said, oh, crikey, that is a good shot, and it was too. Swung away for 6.
Well, he tried to play that shot last over. Defeated in the flight, but not defeated this time. Pushed through quicker by Richard Illingworth. There are 2 men out there, a backward square and man just in front. Neither of them interested in that as it sailed over their heads. Moxon looking to score on the leg side. That's his 50. Big gaps on that leg side, just 4 men for Martyn Moxon.
Yorkshire up above 7 and over. They won't want it to get any higher than that. And another one from Michael Bevan. Now, this is a real problem for Tom Moody. James Brinkley has been well off the pace here, I'm afraid. Below par against players of international quality. And again, more of the same treatment. Ricky Bird has a long look, but signals 4. And Tom Moody wanders in from long off to have a chat to his young bowler. While Moxon and Bevan chat, Moody's got some thinking to do.
Bevan sets himself here. Little backward movement with the back leg. The front leg comes across with it, and he's in position to play the shot almost before the ball is pitched.
It's a clever shot from Martyn Moxon. He's going to run away for 4 too. Waited for the ball. Illingworth saw him settle into the sweep position, so dragged his length back, and Moxon just waited and picked his spot, Paul.
We said last over he was looking to score leg side. Look at this, it's way outside off stump line. Short as well. Moxon showing the advantage of keeping your eye on the ball to the last moment and waiting for it. Perfectly safe shot over the one man in the circle at mid-wicket.
Cleverly played by Bevan, and he's tucked that away, and he doesn't bother running. But now there's a bit of a panic on, but he's got 4 for it all the same. But Bevan initially was confident he'd got enough bat on that to get it away for 4. And suddenly Ed Moxon in his ear shouting, "Come on, it's not going to go." Though his average at the moment isn't too hot. That's been whipped away through mid-wicket. Should go away for 4, so McGrath's opened his account in fine style. Was in the air for a little bit. Richard Illingworth just having a long look at McGrath because it wasn't that far away from him. But it's 4 runs to Yorkshire, and golly, they needed those.
Yes, that's relieved the pressure on McGrath and Yorkshire. Quickly onto the back foot. And quickly into his stroke.
Got this delivery. That's a terrific shot by McGrath, and guess what's happened? 4 runs, so that's a good one for Yorkshire. They left the dramatics until the last ball of the over, and they'll be quite happy at 191 for 3.
Bright young Yorkshire batsman. He made a duck on his first-class debut last year, but then went on the England A tour to Pakistan. He played 5 first-class matches, averaging 28. But his pedigree is such that the powers that be, the selectors, feel that he has got a great future. And that, with a well-manufactured shot, picking up 4 runs down to fine leg.
It's just where the captain didn't want Brinkley to bowl. Down the leg side, he's got his fine leg fairly square. And that is raced down for 4 runs.
And again, that is a glorious stroke by McGrath. He's come down the pitch and played almost a check drive straight over mid-off for 6. What a glorious stroke. .218 for 3. 13 off that over from Brinkley. 7 overs for 61 he's bowled. That's manna from heaven for Yorkshire, but that really was a class strike. Came down the wicket, was controlled, kept his position, kept his balance. High hands, good follow through, and it sailed into the stand. Beat. Just 47 deliveries. And that's glorious by Bevan. Gave himself a fraction of room, rocked onto the back foot, thundered it past square point. And that brings up his 50 off 52 balls.
And it's 4. Too short, I'm afraid, and the opportunity to pull. And an impressive contact made under pressure by Craig White.
And they really have played this well, and Michael Bevan using all his experience to Yorkshire's end.
It's a good stroke too. He'll be able to pick up 2 here. Brings 11 from that over. The boundary was absolutely crucial. And one has to say that the game seems to have gone from Worcestershire. Craig White is an interesting cricketer, Ian. highly rated by the chairman of selectors and a cricketer of good competitive instincts. Two needed then from the final over of the match. And there they are. Chipped over the head and it's 4. It'll run away. And that is a good victory for Yorkshire. They had a very big run chase after a fine batting performance by Worcestershire, 289 for 3 they made. Graham Hick was in the runs, so was Tom Moody. They were led from the front at the beginning by Tim Curtis, who was in prime early season form. But this man, Michael Bevan, has played with the maturity that we've come to expect from him.
Well, what a magnificent run chase that was by Yorkshire, superbly paced, especially when you consider they lost their captain David Byas to the very first ball of their innings. 292 for 4 meant they'd won it by 6 wickets with 5 balls to spare. And Michael Bevan, the Australian, outstanding with 80 off 74, although of course he did have those 2 lives.